When John Barrett goes to check on his crops, he has more to worry about than just weather and prices. He also has to worry that the Environmental Protection Agency may soon have jurisdiction over part of his farm, all because of one word, navigable, a word that EPA wants to remove from the Clean Water Act.
The removal of that one word, navigable, puts every ditch that connects to a navigable water of the United States subject to EPA and Army Corps of Engineers regulation.
Right now, EPA regulates any body of water that you can traditionally navigate, such as streams, rivers, canals, and lakes. Take out the word navigable, and all of a sudden, just about anything that holds water could fall under federal oversight, like this dry ditch between two of John's fields. After heavy rain, water sometimes flows through the ditch to a creek and eventually makes its way to the Nueces River. If the EPA has its way, this would be considered a water of the U.S. John couldn't touch it without permission from the federal government.
We've been farming this waterway behind me for many, many years. We have had no water quality problems, and they don't need to start calling it a water of the U.S. because it's not.
The new ruling would force landowners to get federal permits to do things they would normally do on their land, like build a fence, apply pesticides, and pull weeds. If the EPA or Corps does not approve the activity, the permit will be denied and farmers would be out of luck. If the farmer did it anyway, he would be fined harshly. The American Farm Bureau Federation predicts the rule change could affect over 100 million acres across the country, including cropland, pastures, and forests. Just about every farmer or rancher in the U.S. will have to deal with the new regulations, and it could make larger tracts of farmland virtually impossible to farm.
The real issue is the EPA and the Corps are trying to expand their reach over row crop farmers that grow grain and cotton and corn and whatever. The ruling doesn't have anything to do with pollution. It has to do with regulatory power grab.
John is a steward of the land and cares deeply about water quality. He has been working on these issues on a national level since the early 90s. If EPA can regulate everything from the largest bodies of water to areas that are not even wet most of the time, then there's no limit to the agency's reach. And it could leave farmers like John Barrett drowning in a river of regulations. For TFB News, Jessica Domel, San Patricio.